Oh boy, I'm not looking forward to this one. Okay, what's up, everybody? It's your friendly neighborhood dolphin, or whatever you like to call me. I get called a lot of names nowadays. And this is a video I've been meaning to make for a very long time because I kind of just stopped doing everything. I stopped streaming. I stopped doing YouTube. I stopped everything. But yeah, I think it's about time for another update video and for me to explain myself. Please bear with me. My voice isn't the best. I've been sick for about a week or so, and still trying to kick the throat thing about it. Doing this much talking isn't gonna help either, but it's best I explain myself now and get all this out in the way. That way I can feel better about it and not have to worry about doing it anymore. So, for those who actually do care, if you noticed, I haven't streamed in God knows how long. Uh, I haven't posted anything on YouTube in almost 2, 3 months. Um, it's mostly because anybody who knows me in my personal life, and even some people outside of it, know that I recently got a new job. And at first, it was about if I could even keep the job or if it was gonna be good at it. So I was mainly focused on that. But we kind of moved past that part. So now I just don't do the streaming thing anymore. And what's the deal with that? It's been exhausting. Getting used to a new job, looking for a house to stay in, get a proper streaming setup. It's not the best right now. But I'm not gonna lie, I have been missing it. It's just I haven't had the time nor the energy to actually stay here and entertain people. Because to stream and do these YouTube videos and everything, either A, I need friends to play with, just because of my weird work schedule. It's kind of hard for me too. Um, Also, if I'm not playing with them, I have to be able to keep a conversation with myself and keep myself kind of like always talking or always doing something. I don't want to be one of those people who just like These Knives Only, who play like a whole 30-minute game but only get to show like 15 minutes of it because he's not able to talk to himself or think of anything to say. I don't want to be that person. I want people to come to me to either if they have an opinion on a game they don't like and they want it to be changed, or they're not sure about a game, if they want to just be entertained, they want to laugh. That's what I like doing. I like making people feel better about making a decision or just making their day feel better if they had a bad day. I know sometimes I like to go watch certain people if I'm having a bad day, uh, just so I can relax and see what they're up to, have a little smile on my face, um, and things like that. I want to do that for other people, and I have been doing that for other people when I was doing the streaming thing. But if I don't have the energy to even do it, I don't want to exhaust myself and jeopardize my personal life for other people. Not to sound selfish, but I gotta be a little selfish because if I ain't able to take care of myself in my personal life, I'm not gonna be able to do the streaming thing and take care of the other people. So I decided to take a step back from the YouTube and the streaming and everything. All videos I had ideas for were put on hold. Uh, Streaming and everything stopped, which is unfortunate for me. Um, but I know some people also question if I'm done with competitive MK because competitive MK was it's still going on, but they announced MK is officially dead. Like there's no more support for it, balance patch, or anything. I'll get to that later. But for now, I want to address my absence and what's going to be going on with that. But for now, what I decided with my absence, streaming, I will stream again. I don't know when, but when I do, there will be a set schedule. I'll make a separate video on that, and I'll actually explain myself when I want to stream, and I will do that consistently. I will try to make that consistent thing and wheel my way back up to it. I will not be able to do the streaming every day like I used to because of my work schedule. It doesn't allow me to do that. But I will do some random streams here and there if I can. But I will always make sure that I can stream on a certain day. I don't know when I'll be able to start that and be consistent with it because I don't want to start it one day and be like, oh, things changed. Now I can't do that anymore. I don't want to be that kind of person. I'm going to wait until things are set in stone and then I'm do that properly. Also, another thing, YouTube will restart immediately. There are some video ideas I have that I will actually take the time to make those work. But stay tuned for YouTube videos. Those will definitely come up soon, sooner than later. Expect like a new video within like the next week. There are some things I've been testing, some games I've been playing that I do want to I have been recording and I do want to make funny moments out of. or at least like share my opinion on. But yeah, YouTube will restart as soon within the next week. I'll say within the next week. That's like the most definite time I can give you. But streaming is still on hold. Streaming is definitely still on hold. Also, with MK, which is a big red flag, they announced their death. So no more DLCs, no more balance patches, anything. The game's just flat done how it is. There is some things I have in the works for later dates. So I'm not done with competitive MK. I'm just taking a step back from it because I am doing like these. They're having Evo warm-ups they've had having for the past 2 weeks. I played in the second one and I placed third out of like nearly 1,000 people. That of itself was very good for me. That was a confidence boost that I needed. Even then, I still do seasons with some other streamers. Like I'll play every Friday night, and what would be like competitive MK for point system stuff like that. I might even start streaming that once I get the whole streaming thing started again. But for now, MK is still on the mind. There are some other fighting games I'm trying to branch out to, which will have to relate into the streaming thing. I started to play Smash a lot more, like Switch things, and I'm playing Skullgirls, which I haven't played in years. Two games I know are still in their competitive life cycle, so definitely I'm gonna see if I can do something with that and see if I can maybe help get into competitive with that. But for now, MK is still top dog. It is still the #1 guy to go to. It is still a game that I'm the best at. Um, I don't know of any tournaments or anything. I have not been keeping up with the tournaments at all. That Evo thing was the last tournament I've done, and that was, I want to say, over a week ago. Besides that, I haven't really done anything too competitive in the MK setting. But I don't want to call it quits because I do want to be ready because NetherRealm is working on something else, and if it isn't Justice 3, I definitely will be there to grind it from the very start. Because now I know that I have this talent and I can do something with it. I want to be ready for when there's another game that I could potentially be very good at and make a name for myself and help us grow. So with that out the way, just a recap. Not done with the MK competitive scene, just taking a break from it. YouTube will restart within the next week, and streaming will start whenever I make another video about that. But stay tuned for that. It'll definitely be before my birthday, which everyone doesn't know is August 7th. So definitely within the next 2 weeks, because I do want to do like a little birthday stream thing, because I am off that day. Also, another thing I've been recommended to do is make a Twitter. Um, I'm not good with social media at all. I don't really use Instagram, Facebook. I just share like pictures and stuff, like a family thing. Twitter is like it's a gray area for me, but yeah, because we're doing so well on Twitch and YouTube's actually not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I might make a Twitter. Um, I haven't made one yet as of making this video. So if I do make a Twitter, I'll make a separate video about it, like I did when I made a Twitch. But for now, Twitter is highly considered. It's not something I'm gonna shy away from, but it's definitely something I'm gonna like do if I feel like it's something I need to be done. In my personal opinion, I don't feel like we have a big enough presence for anyone to care about a Twitter, or for me to even like keep up with a Twitter. I know like a lot more of the bigger streamers and pro players have Twitters to share their opinions on the games and stuff. When the game that I want to share my opinion on is dead, it's kind of like, And the other games I don't get too much yet. Smash I'm still learning. Skullgirls I literally started playing this week, and yeah, there's still like a lot of games that I'm not too familiar with to even share my opinion, or for my opinion to even matter. Because for all I know, MK isn't getting anything touched to it anymore, straight from the horse's mouth. So I mean, I can't really share my opinions on the game, and I already have. And for anyone who's curious about my opinions on the game was, it was, for a game that I liked, it was my favorite in the MK series, hands down. There's some characters I disagreed with, some roster changes I disagreed with, some balance patches I disagreed with. But at the end of the day, I give that game a solid 8 out of 10. Communication was great throughout most of the game's life cycle, except for like maybe the last, I'll say like 7 months. I wouldn't even say 7 months because they only after Ultimate they only give us like 1 or 2 more balance patches. So I'll say probably the last few months, up to then, the communication was great. Like, it was the golden standard for communication between all the fighting games in every community. DLCs, they gave me who I wanted. I wanted Spawn, like, more than anybody. Cabal never got touched in a balance pass for like 2 moves that I never used. Now one of them I use, and even then it's like I don't use it in a scenario they buffed it in. So balance patch wise, there was a lot of question marks. The Shiva nerf was a definitely upside, but this might be an unpopular opinion. I feel like they went a little over the top with it. I find it very rare that I hit anybody with it now. I feel like it'd be like a good anti-zoning tool, but even then, it takes away the mind game of the stomp itself. Unless you're running enhanced drag and drop, you're not hitting anybody with that thing. It's pretty down there. There was other buffs and nerfs that I had some head scratches about. The RoboCop buff, me being a RoboCop main myself, it was a bit of a head scratcher. His jab string buff, however, I was very on board with. It gives him a tick throw, which makes his grab game that much stronger. It makes him like a true grappler. But the health buff was a little over the top. I'm not gonna lie, it literally was a little over the top. For somebody who literally could fight anywhere on the screen except for like mid-screen, that's very terrifying to give him that much health and to make him that strong. Making him one of the tankiest characters in the game. I get it. Now, with the health buffs, he's a lot better matchup for Cetrions. He's a lot better matchups for Jade is still a struggling matchup. Scorpion's still a struggling matchup. Spawn's a better matchup for him now. Like, it makes some matchups better, but like it doesn't change too many matchups to the drastic point that it makes him like better than most of those characters, or competitive with most of those characters. He'll still lose to, like a Fujin constantly. You'll still lose to like Spawn constantly, but yeah, it was an okay buff. Jab String I was way on board with. I loved it, but the health buff was a little over the top. Other buffs and nerfs I didn't care too much. There was health changes, Shao Kahn buffs. I don't play Shao Kahn too much. Rambo buffs, they didn't make too much of a difference. It made them safer on some more things, which is cool, but yeah, it's whatever. But yeah, MK was well taken care of. We got a lot of DLC characters, a lot of them that I liked. Even though it's unpopular opinions, I loved like Terminator. I loved the guest characters, hands down favorite guest characters out of all games. And that's saying a lot with Injustice 2 having Sub-Zero and the whole team and T-Cast. Like I loved that too. Like like the other ones been knocking out of the park with these guest characters. I just hope if they have Injustice 3, the guest characters are still as good and make me want to play the game that much more. But I'm gonna set my standards high, and I don't think they're gonna make it. Honestly, it's very doubtful they hit 2 home runs in a row. But yeah, MK wasn't terrible, in my opinion. I'm still gonna play it. I still enjoy it. We have fun with friends all the time. Every time I play it, I probably should start recording or streaming it or something. But yeah, it's like I still have fun playing it. The competitive scene's still alive. It's kind of a bummer knowing that this game is the way it is, and there's still some issues that won't be fixed. But hey, it's not being ungrateful that nothing can change. At least be cherishful for the memories and stuff that it's here for. Like, it's not a terrible game at all. It's a very fun game. I will probably talk about that more, in my opinion, in a later video, but that's just like my bread and my bare bones opinion on how I feel about the game currently. So, with all that out the way, anything else that I feel like I'm missing? I feel like I'm missing like one more thing. I talked about the YouTube, talked about the Twitter, talked about the Twitch, talked about the job, talked about MK. I think that's pretty much it from me. Yeah, that's pretty much it from me. All I can say is thanks for listening. This is definitely something I want to do for a long time. I just didn't have the time to do it, but it's definitely heavy on my mind because I felt like I abandoned something that I was very, very passionate about all of a sudden for no strong enough reason. I know people, some of my friends even stream, and they work at the same time. The most bonker work schedules known to man, and they still have time to stream twice a day even, and I can barely do it. I need to fix that. But that is something that we will fix in time. I'm not gonna rush myself. I'm not gonna jump right back into the pool immediately. I'm gonna try to ease my way back into it, and hopefully get this done the right way. When I do get a proper stream set up, expect Nintendo Switch games. Birthday's in a few weeks. Expect the birthday stream. I will keep updates about that. And that's all I have to say. Here is my solo game on the Genesis event, I believe it was called, for Apex. I just hot dropped Kings Canyon, and I'm not 100% about sure if I won this game, but I'm gonna let the rest of it play out, and you'll either be amazed or disappointed. This is Dolphin King, and thanks for listening.
Round 4, beginning ring countdown. Attention, the kill leader has been eliminated.
Wings out. Wings up. Rings just ahead, and I still have 45.
Attention.
I'm in for a
There
smooth
is a
landing.
new kill
2
leader.
more squads, and I'm coming in hot. Wings out. Wings up.
Warning, ring closing.
I'm in the next ring. Maybe that one gets in. Charging on my shield. Wings out.
Round 5, beginning ring countdown.
Seconds on the clock and the ring's close. Wings up. Wings out. Fox 3, setting the payload. Wings up. Visual clear, good tone. I just recharging shields. Hold up, healing.
Beginning ring countdown.
Radar shows the ring's close by. 45 seconds to spare, too. .30 left on the clock, and I'm almost to the ring. Taking fire. Rings out. Fox 3, missile off the rails. Recharging shields. Ten seconds, and I'm close to the ring. Taking fire. Charging on my shields. Fox 3, I got radar lock. Chopped up another kill leader. Fox 3, launching missiles. And the squad wants to save you? Here's a tip. Find a better wingman.
You are the Apex champion.